And now, a writing sample from Dartmouth College.
This past August, I arrived on campus, a few weeks before the majority of the student body for preseason. One of the first things I noticed upon being in Hanover, other than the less humid weather during the summer, was the fact that not everyone on the team understood the colloquial phrases I grew up using. Being born and raised from just outside Philadelphia and going to school there throughout my grade school and high school years, I picked up a few terms that are apparently only common in the mid-Atlantic area. Upon arriving at camp and meeting my teammates that represent states across the country, they picked up quickly on my word selection, most notably on my use of the word mad to describe and add emphasis to almost any phrase. All over the country, people understand the primary meaning of the term mad, which, as defined by the Oxford English Dictionary Online, is mentally disturbed, deranged, insane, demented.
We're fucking mad right now.
Mad used in that instance would be an adjective, but the more traditional use of the word mad is a noun. When used as a noun, mad means to be in a foul mood of bad temper. In the adjective form of the definition as provided by the dictionary, would be used in sentences similar to, after many years of working the same monotonous job, my father had gone mad. All of the students at one time or another have experienced their parents being mad at them for some reason, and when used in that way is an example of the noun meaning of the word. In addition to the traditional meaning of the noun version of the word mad has transformed into being used as an exaggeration. A prime example of this would be a sentence that is heard across college campuses everywhere. All this work is driving me mad. Obviously, Sorry, I entered a comma where it was not written. Obviously, when used in that sentence, the word mad does not mean that they are becoming deranged by the work, but is using the word to show an extreme level of frustration. This is an instance where the dictionary definition of the word is still being used, but the one saying it has morphed the meaning to fit their current situation, period. The definition of mad has developed over the years in the same way of many words used on a daily basis have been gradually changed to fit the times. Mad first appears in the dictionary in 1275, and in the first definition of the word was used to describe an abnormally aggressive animal, especially of a dog, suffering from rabies, rabid. This is a prime example of the evolution of a word. In the 1200s, rabies were much more common, and that is why the word mad was needed to describe this problem. When examining the way a word transformed over time, it is interesting to see how a word that started off being used to describe an animal with rabies to the most current definition of the word by OED, which is actually an acronym meaning mutually assured destruction. The most recent definition provided by the OED was coined in 1971 by the U.S. government during the height of the Cold War. When a word transforms that dramatically, it is reasonable to see how a word makes the jump to becoming a popular slang term. Extremely long tab. Besides the traditional use of the word mad, the root of the word can also be seen in words such as madly and madden, both of which are used to describe intense feelings. It is important to point out the adverb madly because I feel that the slang use of the word directly stemmed off the word madly. This is due to the fact that madly is used as an adverb, and one of the more common slang uses of the word mad is also an adverb. So I feel that over time madly was just shortened to mad because they are both used in very similar way. While the word shortened, the definition of the word has also changed slightly. Madly is defined to an extreme excessive degree, and that is the most common way the word mad is used today. To describe something as being overtly extreme and over the top is the way mad is often used where I have grown up. For instance, mad appears in a sentence when describing the difficulty of a test. It would be used as, that test was mad hard. In the case, mad is used to show extreme difficulty of the test. There are 4 major ways that the slang word mad is put into action. The first way is to add an increased emphasis on the extreme nature of a specific task that has been completed. It would be common to hear students at my high school say, "That practice yesterday was mad hard." The second most common use of the slang word mad is to explain the extreme prowess a person displays during an activity. This would be used as saying, "That teacher last term was mad smart." Besides being used to show an extreme level of something, sorry, I entered a comma where it should have been. Besides being used to show an extreme level of something, mad can also be used to get the point across about the number of people attending an event. In this case, the word it would be used by saying, "Last night there were mad heads at the movies." That instance, which mad would be used as slang, would be used to describe an environment as being hectic. An example of this would be, after the game, that party was a madhouse. Just as the mad had developed through the ages, I am sure as our society changes, more words will continue to change to fit people's demands for words that express a specific situation. One thing I know is after being up mad late on this paper, my workout tomorrow morning is gonna be mad hard. The end.
Oh my fucking God.
And that concludes our writing sample from Dartmouth College.
AJ, let's search